If you look at the period of roughly the 15th century, China was sending expeditions of hundreds of ships into the Indian Ocean. They were visiting places in Southeast Asia, India, and even the coast of Africa. This is more than a century before the discovery of America by Christopher Columbus. And if you took the largest of Columbus's ships, it would easily fit, along with 2 or 3 others, in the largest of these ships.
Despite its political and economic stagnation, by the 15th century, China was still the largest, richest nation in the world. Quite opposite to his predecessors, who maintained a strictly defensive military, Emperor Chu-Di, who ruled over 110 million Chinese, had built the largest ocean-going navy at that time. In May 1421, lightning struck the imperial palace, sparking a fire that destroyed half of the Forbidden City. By the time his admiral Zhonghua returned from abroad, Emperor Chu-Di, thinking he'd lost the favour of heaven, had ceded the throne to his son.
It was something unprecedented in the history of that time. And when Zheng He returned to China, the Ming emperor was so worried that the power unleashed by this navigational exploration might be used against China that he basically dismantled all 200 ships. And Zheng He died without ever having really made much of a permanent mark. And from that time on, the Chinese eschewed all outward communication with the world and simply lived within their own borders.
China thought that we were the central kingdom in the universe. We were the center of the universe. So we welcome all other aliens to kowtow in front of the emperor in the Forbidden City. And we have been governed by this notion for centuries. So China refused to go abroad in search of raw materials, and we failed. We failed. We failed to expand, not because we were mean, we were nasty, we were greedy, but because we were aristocratic, noble, but noble in the wrong sense, because we thought we were the best, but we were not. And we were given a bitter lesson. Underestimation of the importance of trade, underestimation of the importance of economic development. We paid so much attention and energy to education.
It is absolutely true that the Chinese state could intervene at a certain moment and say, we're done with overseas exploration, call it off, stop it. And that you couldn't do the same thing in Europe, right? Had Portugal decided to stop, the Netherlands or something would have done it. From that point of view, yes, you have a real difference. What Zheng He was doing was mounting these enormous expeditions to a certain amount to see what was out there, but also to show the flag. What he wasn't doing, and I think this is really critical, is he was not blazing a trail for profit-seeking merchants.